How has lockdown been for you, buddy?
Uh, it's I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it's been challenging, sometimes it's been okay. I'm by myself, right? So I don't have family with me here in my condo. But what's been good is that there's a sense of community with everybody that lives in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
We do help each other. If one of us, let's say, is in the grocery, when it's such a big thread. It covers like maybe 5 buildings in the neighborhood. So we'll say like, hey, I'm in line for the grocery. Does anybody need anything? So there's that sense of community. There's that sense like I've helped out like loaning like electric fans or whatever I can to some of my neighbors in the same way my neighbors have given me food in return, in exchange. And I think they get awa because sometimes I post what I cook and I'm not very good. I'm not even kidding. There's one night I posted. I was so proud. I was so happy that I cooked corned beef, eggs, and I had toast. So I had corned beef, eggs, and toast for dinner. And then the next day, 2 friends sent me food. They sent me sinigang. They sent me like.
You mean you didn't ask for it? They sent
I
it?
didn't. I didn't ask for it. They asked me, hey, I'm going to send you food. I'm going to leave it in your lobby. I'm like, shoot, thank you. I appreciate it. So in that sense, it's been good. And I've also had the time to work on stuff that I've always wanted to do, but I never really did before. And I've been doing these guided meditation classes with some people. And it's really helped. It really has. So it's really, especially when things get a little bit too intense.
Yeah.
Like you see the news almost every day. It gets a little bit, sometimes it looks bleak.
Yeah.
And you have all these feelings. There's all this stress that you just don't know how to handle because I've never been in this situation before.
Yeah.
And so those guided meditations that I do with the masters on the weekends, it really helps. It kind of resets for the rest of the week, and I think I find it anyways. I don't know if it's placebo or if it's because I have no other choice but to believe it.
Yeah.
But I am benefiting from it, so that's something that at least I've noticed that I guess one of the positive things that I've always wanted to do, but I never did. But now I have no excuse, so I kind of have to do it.
And you know what? Honestly, it's not a placebo. Meditation does work. It's amazing. It's amazing what it can do. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, I've a lot of friends of mine have done this, have been doing it for a long time. I just never did. I don't know why. Like it's the only sort of meditation that I would do before is when I'm out on a motorcycle and out on the open roads, and it's just like if you're with a group of friends, you're still by yourself on the bike.
Yeah.
Right. You have the helmet on, and then it's just time to yourself and to reflect and to be able to it's really it's my Zen, riding a bike, but I've never been able to do it just on my own, sitting on a mat in my place. So it's in that sense, maybe it's a good thing. If there's good thing, in any dark time, you have to look at some sort of positives along the way, right? So and that's to me has been one of the most positive things. That and me improving my cooking skills.
Now I'm so curious to see what you've been cooking. Do you mind you're sending me the photos? I'm gonna post it so people can decide if they're gonna send you more food or if they're gonna let you die. Seriously.
I think if I send you the photos, which I'll send it to you, the photos of whatever it is I prepared, I'm gonna get flooded with so much food from people sending it over that but hey, no, I've had today. I went to the grocery, to the marketplace, which is the grocery here in the neighborhood. And I actually had to buy new kitchenware because the ones that I had before were getting so beat up. So, yeah. So, I mean, it's, just a few things here and there, but it's quite funny. Like I've never used the kitchen this much before.
Which neighborhood do you live in?
In Rockwell.
Ah, okay. I know the lockdown there is pretty strict, I assume, right? I remember one of the
Well,
other
it's
friends.
yeah, it's been fairly strict because there was a lot of cases that happened, and I have to give props to the Rockwell Association because they've been doing a fantastic job giving us updates every single night about any PUIs, what their status is, if they're back in their units, if they've gone to the hospital, if they've tested positive, if they've tested negative. They inform the what do you call it again? The first degree of people that they've come in contact with, like in the elevator or whatever, they inform them right away, and then they tell those people to self-quarantine for a minimum of 1 week. So I have a friend actually who was in the elevator with one of the first cases of a PUI in the building that I'm in, and they informed her and they told her to self-quarantine for 1 week.
Yeah.
So which she did. She stayed in her unit for a week, and then just giving us updates on how, if anything was happening, if she felt anything. Because I saw her also a little bit like a day or two after the time she was in the elevator with the guy.
Yeah.
So she wasn't, after a week she was normal, no symptoms, nothing, and then gave it another couple of days, and then she said that okay, I guess I'm cleared because she didn't feel anything at all. So what happened was she was in the elevator for maybe like a couple of seconds with the PUI, and then thankfully nothing. She didn't contact the virus.
Yeah. Wow. That's very fortunate.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about you, man? How are you doing?
Pretty good. Like right now, I'm just like trying to figure out like different opportunities, given the situation. So I got into the egg business.
Okay.
I sell eggs, pastured eggs.
Okay, I wanted to clarify this a little. I wanted you to clarify it a little bit, but thank you for doing that.
No, you're not going there. I know where you're going. You're not going there. So, and surprisingly, it's selling really well. And
yeah.
it's a different, like it is the best type of eggs you can get. And I get a lot of the egg jokes already. People would message me saying, "Chris, your eggs are yummy." I go, "I know." "Chris, your eggs are really big." I know. I get it all. So
are they brown, white, or yellow?
They're brown. I mean, they are brown. Why am I even laughing? It's true. They're brown. So yeah. So because of what's happening right now, all the communities, like you said, are getting together, and in Wakwak, there's a very strong community where we share a lot of information, and we started sharing a lot of like buying and selling different things. And I just took advantage of a situation where I knew that people would like to get healthier eggs that they can't find anywhere in the supermarket anyway. And I get it straight from Batangas. So,
and then the delivery is no problem. Logistics is okay.
Yeah, because that's an essential product and it's food, and so they allowed it naman. So I've been doing it weekly. So every Sunday I get my drop off, and then everyone just picks it up at my condo. I don't even see my clients, because they pay me online, and then you just pick it up. I tell the guards, "Here's the list," and they just hand it to them. Perfect.
Yeah. So I have this this massage gun that I actually distribute, and
I've seen
because.
That.
Yeah, so because of the lockdown, the quarantine, I haven't really done much. We haven't done much marketing for it for this batch of new shipment, because we think it's not exactly of good taste to do something like that right now. But the funny thing is, I mean, I had several units with me here in Rockwell, and then I posted it in the Rockwell thread. Guys, I have like 8 units with me, and I want to dispose of it already. Size if anybody who needs it. Within literally like 5 minutes, all of it was gone.
Wow.
And thanks to technology, I didn't see any of them. Like I left them all in the lobby, gave them a list, and then they all deposited it straight to the account.
Yep.
And they're all extremely happy with it. So it's the technology also during this time. Imagine if this happened during like the 80s or 90s. Like,
oh shit! Good luck.
It's going to be tough, right? It's going to be
Yeah.
really tough. Getting information out would have been really difficult.
Yep.
And keeping in touch with your loved ones would be really difficult as well. Every Sunday, I have late dinner here by myself with my entire family online through Zoom.
That is amazing.
My sister's having breakfast in New York while we're having dinner here. My other sister's having lunch in London when we're having dinner here. So it's I've actually seen more of them in the past month and a half than I have all of last year. So it's actually rather interesting that technology has really helped us in these times, and I'm sure technology has helped you as well in your egg business.